Hello, welcome back to Satisfactory, the desert playthrough. We are going to do a little bit of stuff to get steel production up and running. We do have the awesome sink going. I have been sending some stuff to it and got some tickets going there. I did extend a belt to go directly from this. It's not ideal, it's not pretty, but it will sync these automatically, so I could let that just kind of churn away in the background while I worry about getting steel production up and running. And then I did go and use some of our concrete to make this a concrete platform instead of a steel one. So we will go get steel production up and running and revisit you in a moment. And through the magic of editing, we have steel production up and running. So I brought over coal on this belt from the coal that's currently feeding our power plants over there. The problem is the belts weren't fast enough, so I had to get tier 3 belts in order to get them up. Well, the belts are Mark II, but I had to get tier 3 going over here where all three of them merged together because it wasn't going fast enough. I also had to upgrade the miners to Mark II miners to turn out more coal because they're imperfect coal. They're not really the greatest coal that's available. But we do have our little manifolds here that are feeding in coal from this side and iron from the other side. Iron is a pure iron node that is directly underneath this base and feeding up into here. So we got plenty of that material, and this is making the ingots, the foundries, and then it is churning out in. Half of these are going to pipes, and the other half are going to steel beams, which is going to help us make conveyor belts Mark III pretty rapidly, because we'll have the resources to turn out Mark III. Kind of ironically, I think we're going to get these faster than we get steel plates, which is the Mark II, so we should have no issues there. All right, so next on the agenda, I think we are, well, we're working on phase 2, so I need to get versatile frameworks. Let's see what that all entails. So it looks like a bunch of steel beams and some modular frames put together in an assembler. So the beams are being produced over here. The modular frames are being produced over there and feeding into a box. So this feels like a good opportunity. I'm going to steal some of this coal for fuel, but it feels like a good opportunity for a vehicle to finally be made. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I'm guessing we could just feed it right up here, because this is where the beams come out. Well, to that end, let me split that off. Let's get that built first. I don't need a ton, but I do need the ability to build here. So I'm only going to get one assembler up and running for now. Down the road, I might revamp that, but for now, that should be good. Let's put the splitter over here. Oh, that backwards. All right, we got that going in there. And this is going to be versatile frameworks. Need to hook up a little bit of power. We can get her chooching along. All right, so I think we need, by the way, in between, I bought some stuff from the Awesome Shop. So we have these conveyor lift floor holes, which is going to be very useful. All right, that'll feed into there, and then we can go down beneath I also want to split off just a little bit here, because I'm going to want this to feed into the vehicle platform. So let's go ahead and drop down. Did not actually hurt. Good. All right, so we have the hole there. I don't know if I want to mark 3 for this, but I guess it's fine. We're going to have to steal some of the material to build all these. Transport, we need a truck station. Get that built over here, because this is where everything is going to have to go in and up.
Fix-It reminds you to drive vehicles accurately through a truck station's dock area while recording a path. This ensures it will connect properly once everything is automated. The truck station can be set to load or unload, and can also refuel vehicles. Unlike some pioneers, truck stations care about saving humanity.
All right, so we got that. I need more resources. I do not have enough. Let's get back in the base and steal some. We're going to have to redirect these off the edge. That way. We'll just run a belt, I think, from here over there. And then I need cable, which we should have plenty of in this box. Yep. Probably have a little too much concrete. We go put some of that away. All right, we got to build another truck station over here. We know it's going to unload over here. We want that to line up relatively close. All right, this feels a little questionable. We'll build a platform here, put the truck station on it. I think we're out of rotors. Got to get those. Where are those feeding? Are they just churning out here? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Got rotors up and running. Power going. All right, this is going to be the load station. Already configured the load. Didn't want to do that. Don't really need this anymore. Let's get rid of that. I do need a ladder, though. All right, that'll work for the time being. Let's steal that for the belt. Right, we know that's going to clip just a little bit. That is okay. Oh, boy. Didn't mean for that to happen. Here we go. Actually, let me build conveyor lift first. This is going to be the load. Ultimately going to have to feed into there. Relatively smoothly go there. It doesn't look bad. It didn't clip much. All right, so that's up and running. That is the load station. This will be the fuel station. Do I have materials to build the actual tractor? Ew.
Tractors can use any type of fuel and have a self-driving feature, much like pioneers, only more reliable. While driving, you can record a path to automate vehicle resource transportation. Unlike early self-driving vehicles, tractors will not spy on you. Your employee data is already fully subject to other means of surveillance.
All right, so this is going to be a little wonky because we got to cross stuff over, but start off going there. Now I'm out of that material. Well, I guess either way I'm kind of hosed. Go up here and grab more Mark III stuff. That's already Mark III. Let's upgrade that to Mark III. All right. 1 to spare. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to load the fuel. Going to be coal. Like it's loading automatically, which is great. Okay, start recording. This is where it gets very sketchy. I forgot to build a ramp. So we're just gonna yeet this poor little tractor over the edge. Loading up what we got. Actually, that works perfectly fine. Oh. This is where it gets a little bit dicey. Alright, so that is done. Save path. And then we exit the vehicle. The big mistake I always made was I hit record again, and that was problematic. So I need to not do that. Let's enable autopilot. Now we can get out of this vehicle. And it should follow the path automatically. So it'll just keep running around and getting the material and sending it back. Automatically stock up on fuel. Just going to be coal for now. So is this not getting the resources? Good. Watch and see what happens when this truck delivers. Are there no modular frames making it onto the... Oh, this is not set to unload. That's the problem. All right, so it's loading up on the tractor, but it's not unloading that. Now that I have it marked for unload, should be good to go. All right, let's just monitor that for a second. Sure it unloads. And if it does, we are good to go. There it is. Our modular frames will feed up into that, and we will get the versatile frameworks. What I could do... Actually, no, I can't. So, I don't think you can load and unload from the same station, because you have to mark it as load or unload. So, let's name this. I could build a second truck route right next door, split the fuel, and then have it bring the versatile frameworks over to the over to there. I might actually do that. Short run. I could also just run a conveyor belt, which seems a lot less complicated, and it would use a lot less coal. So that's probably the better idea for the time being. Run a conveyor belt from there to here, and then deposit it in. And that'll have that automation up and running. So we just need 1,000 of each of those. And then the other, the AI, see what that is. Not AI limiter, it's automated wiring. So that needs stators and cable. Well, we got plenty of cable. Stators, I'm not sure if I'm producing any excess of that. Oh, I'm not producing them at all because it requires pipes and copper. So let's see if there's copper nearby, and then I can... Or I have to ship the pipes over there. One of the two. Alright, so we brought some cabling in. from over there. We're sending both cable and wire because we need to make the stators first, and then stator and the cable. Where's the pipe come? Oh, the pipe goes for the stator. Okay, and then the stator and the cable end up being what is needed for the last piece. So let's go ahead and get this built. I think that's mostly aligned. Okay, so that's gonna do the automated wiring. Ultimately, I'm gonna have to do better than this, but for the time being, I'm just trying to get this up and running and automate this process as much as possible. We are gonna attempt to come along the edge here. Little sketch, but oh, it's... Here we go. Now we got the cable and the stators coming in. That gives us our automated wiring. And then I can merge onto this. And send it via the same spot. It doesn't have to be anything special here. Gonna look all janky, but that's okay for the time being. I'm just trying to get something up and running. All right, so that will automate the process of loading those. So right now, everything that needs to be built for our phase 2 of our elevator is already being made and loaded in. There we go. We got our first automated wiring coming through here. So that'll run in the background and just take a long time to finish by itself, but perfectly fine. What we need to focus on now is the tech. So let's go ahead and take a look at what our options are. All right, so we did advanced steel construction that lets us make motors, which we have not actually crafted any of those yet, or have a way to... Well, we technically have a way to make them. We just need to split the stators off, but ideally we'd have something a little more permanent there. And encased industrial beams, we need to get that up and running because power infrastructure is going to require some of those. I may just kind of manually make those just to finish this, even though I do ultimately need to automate. Oh, we already had them. Where did those come from? It must have been from when we got the cases. All right, this should be wire. And that's modular frames, so we can dump that in there real quick. We just needed a little more steel beams and a lot more wire. And should be good to go with expanded power infrastructure, which is nice because then we could string big power towers along the way. And then we can get hypertubes up and running, which will be really nice once we get cased industrial beams squared away. I do need copper sheets for that, so let me go ahead and loot this so that we continue to produce more copper sheets, because I'm going to need more. We are still doing just fine on the biofuel. Kind of crazy how long these are lasting off of what I just kind of randomly gathered up. Still have a ton of material in there. We did build a lot more stuff, so let's go ahead and take a quick glance at our power situation. See that our max consumption well exceeds our current power production, which is a problem. So let's go see what we can do about that. We're gonna have to go over to our coal plants, probably build another water thing. Do I have adequate resources to go craft any of that stuff? Don't know. Take a look. All right, so if I need water extractors, I do have copper sheets, which I'm going to need. And if I'm doing coal power generators, yep. Okay, so I have enough material at least to build a couple of each of those things. So let's head over to where our current stuff is. And we'll just kind of expand it. Hopefully we can. I'm actually going to start over here because I feel like I need to move that up to Mark 3 if I'm going to be bringing over a lot more coal to be burned. Although it doesn't burn coal that quickly. So we might be fine with Mark 2, but I'm going to go do it anyway, just in case. Okay, so we got Mark 3 belts all coming out of the coal plant. We had a Mark 3 belt right here where it connected in. And then these are all going to be upgraded to Mark 3. That go right out of there? Did. Got to make sure everything along the way gets upgraded. If I miss one piece, the whole belt assembly will be slow. Alright, so far so good. Alright, so each one of these consumes 50 water. We have 6 of them. That is 300. And then we have 360, right? Because we have 1, 2, 3 of these guys. So we could definitely build at least a couple more. One more with what we got, but if we build 2 more water things, that'd be an extra 240. We have 360 right now. 600, and then if we're using 50 per, should be able to get a couple more. All right, is that wide enough? I think so. Actually need to go a little bit more. Debating how I want to do this because I Mark 1 pipes not do more than 300. But I do need a little bit of water from these guys. I'm going to build another 6. I just don't think I'm going to be able to build 6. I think I'm going to have to stick with 5. And I'm building over the area where I could potentially build some water. So that's not ideal. I thought I saw it turn blue for a second here. Does it gotta be? Yep, I did. Alright, so that's 2. And then if we're lucky, we can sneak another one in somewhere over here. Thought I just, yep, I did. Okay. There's like one spot right there where I can do it. Oh, I am out of wire. Oh, that's a problem. I'm gonna have to go all the way back to the base. Or I can just craft some more. I cannot wait to get the dimensional depot up and running. That is going to be incredible. We got plenty of cable, we just didn't have any wire left. Looking at the speed at which that coal is moving on the conveyor belt, I might not have enough coal for 5. So I'm just gonna have to start with maybe 2 or 3 and then go from there. Plenty of cable now. Let's upgrade this to Mark II power pole. I'm running a little bit low on deuterium. Alright, these are all plugged in, so they should be up and running. Definitely not going to have enough use for this, but we're going to try. Alright, that is encroaching. I think I'm good there. No, I need to move over just this. Alright, so that's 4. I am running low on deuterium, so I am going to have to use power poles for this. Why can I not hook? There we go. Oh, what the heck? Wait, that was right. So that just inadvertently looped around the other side. Alright, so what we need here is a way to connect this. We'll just bring this guy over here. There we go. Got water flowing in there now. The good thing is that'll just kind of build up as we get the coal up and running. A little bit of clippage there. Have to live with that for now. We'll ultimately rip all this down anyway. Oop, fell in the water. That should hook to that, and that will connect everything to the grid. Alright, now all I should need is to go around to this side. Hook this into here. However, it is unfortunately a little bit too short. Alright, so some of the coal's coming through now. See what that's gonna look like with Mark III belts. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to get equilibrium because it has to fill up all these buildings first. All right, we should see some climbing. That's good. So far, I'm seeing it gain more than it's burning. Can't say the same for this one. This one might just be breaking even. Slightly above. So that means this guy's going to be going up and down, up and down. Actually, you know what? It's holding fairly steady. All right, well, I think I am going to go ahead and call an episode there. Feel like we've made a fair amount of progress. We've gotten our power situation kind of figured out, at least out of the negative and into the positive once again. Hopefully stable. We'll have to monitor it over time, make sure it stays up and running. But as of right now, it looks like our production not well, but exceeds our maximum consumption and definitely exceeds our current consumption because all the machines are not running all the time. But I always try to plan for every machine, having enough power to run every machine simultaneously, and then you never end up with power issues. But now what we're gonna do in the next episode, I think we're gonna focus on getting expanded power infrastructure, maybe completing phase 2, and definitely getting hypertubes up and running so we could start planning on getting some hypertube goodness going. And then I think we're going to do a little exploring. I mean, we've done a lot to expand our base, but we have not spent a ton of time exploring. So maybe get some more hard drives, get some more tech up and running. I'm thinking complete some more research in the MAM. That's something that needs to be done that we've been a little neglectful of lately. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. So thank you for watching. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, see more content in the future, and we'll catch you in the next one.